Resident doctors in Nigeria are on strike to clamor for the release of their kidnapped colleague, Dr. Ganiyat Popoola, who has been in captivity for over 8 months. The NARD president, Dr. Abdulkarim, noted that the strike, which began today, Monday, August 26, 2024, at 12 a.m., said the warning strike would last 1 week and be total as there would be no emergency care. Weeks ago, members of the NARD had protested in all tertiary hospitals across the nation to demand the immediate release of Dr. Popoola. Now, joining me on the program is Omotoyinbo. Tope is a resident obstetrics and also a gynecologist. He joins from Lagos virtually, and also I have Abdulkarim Abubakar. Is the National Eye Center Kaduna Secretary of the ARD and NEC in Kaduna State. Gentlemen, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Dapo, for having me.
All right, let me start off with you, Dr. Abubakar. What is the update, if at all any, on Dr. Ganiyat as at now?
Thank you for having me once again. The update regarding this unfortunate incident of the kidnap of our dear colleague, Dr. Popoola, which happened on the 27th of December 2023. So by 12 a.m. midnight today, Dr. Popoola will be exactly 8 months in captivity. Since the onset of this unfortunate incident, the Center Association of Resident Doctors has not relented its efforts involving the mother associations, the National Association of Resident Doctors, the NMA State and NMA National, together with the management of the National Eye Center. So the Association of Resident Doctors have tried to reach out various the state government, the Kaduna state government, and as well as the National Security Advisor, all the stakeholders involved that can help in the rescue of our kidnapped colleague. However, since then, it has been stories. There wasn't any effort because as it is, our demand is to get our colleague released. Not just that, we actually want a situation whereby the government put a full stop to this menace, because it's in the news. Not only our colleague Dr. Ganiyat, a lot of doctors or doctors' families are at risk, and a lot are in the den of these kidnappers as we speak. It's unfortunate. We held a meeting 27th of July. We alerted the federal government that Dr. Ganiyat by then was 7 months in captivity. We gave an ultimatum of 2 weeks. There wasn't any single response from the federal government or any other security agencies concerned. At the end of that ultimatum, that was by the 10th of August this year, that was when the ultimatum elapsed. So on 12th of August, we held a virtual INEC meeting. We discussed on the progress so far. With dismay, there wasn't any positive response from the government or any other stakeholders. We then gave, we then gave some time again to the federal government, at least if they can respond appropriately. But then we took another dimension. We registered our dissatisfaction all over the country by doing the walk around protest, a peaceful protest all over the federal institutions to register our dissatisfaction. Having done that, there wasn't any positive response from the government. So with the latest INEC meeting we held, and with this strike, so we are yet to see any positive result, because the only positive result we await is to get our colleague reunite with us. It's unfortunate. the intervention so far by the federal government, the Office of National Security Advisor, wasn't actually what we want. Because, okay. Yes.
Dr. Abubakar, let me...
She's still alive because they assure us that they spoke with her 2 days ago. 2 days
okay,
ago,
so you got confirmation that she is still alive because they spoke with her about 2 days ago?
Yes, she's still alive. We spoke with her 2 days ago. The family spoke with her 2 days ago. So she's still alive, and she's still asking for further intervention by all the necessary stakeholders involved.
Have the kidnappers made a demand? What do they want?
Since the incident, because she was kidnapped together with her husband and a nephew, the nephew of the husband. So since the kidnap rather, they demanded 100 million. Later, because of the ill health of the husband, they requested for 60 million to be delivered. So after 60 million was delivered, the husband was released. That was in March this year, after spending about 3 months in captivity. So after his release, they demanded about additional 40 million because that 100 million they demanded, they are up to it. So after the release of the husband, they were still demanding for more. So they demanded for another 40 million, which was also delivered. So after the delivery, certain circumstances, I don't know, but the family communicating with the bandits, the bandit told them categorically that he doesn't care what happened to that second batch of 40 million delivered. His demand is that 40 million, nothing more. And he assures that if that 40 million will be delivered, she will be released immediately.
All right. Let me leave you for a moment, Dr. Abubakar. Let me go to, of course, Dr. Omotoyinbo on this one. You are a resident gynecologist and, a practicing one. Looking at this very unfortunate event, you being a doctor yourself, do you feel safe?
Thank you very much. I hope I'm audible. Thank you for inviting me to speak. This was a short notice, but I appreciate that. So Dr. Abubakar has given a very extensive and comprehensive backdrop to the motive behind our strike. And based on the question that you've asked, it is now important to note that doctors don't feel safe. As I was thinking about what to say during this discussion, I remember days where doctors are confidently able to put their stethoscope in front of their cars and sometimes put the stickers of the association. But currently, because of the increase in the spate of kidnappings, especially of health professionals, medical doctors, it is very unsafe because it creates unnecessary attention and doctors are no longer safe. And it is painful to note that despite our efforts in ensuring that people are able to get access to care, despite a lot of our colleagues are already outside the country for greener pasture and because of the some other unfavorable working conditions, this is also adding to the burden. And this is not making us feel safe. Recently, we also heard the news of 20 medical students who were kidnapped. Apart from the immediate mental psychological effect on these medical students, I doubt that if they eventually finish their medical school, if they are able, they'll be able to confidently say they want to practice in the country. So this is a very disturbing reality, and doctors don't really feel safe in their own country. That's very unfortunate. Thank you.
Now, I know that, okay, I understand that we need to go on a quick break. Of course, when we return, we will pick up. Do stay with us. Many thanks for staying with us. This is still Politics HQ on News Central Television. I still have my guest with me. Dr. Omotoyinbo Tope is a resident, a gynecologist, and Obstetrics, is joining virtually from Lagos. And also Dr. Abdulkarim Abubakar is the Secretary of the Association of Resident Doctors, Kaduna State. Both men are joining virtually. Thank you for your time. All right. I understand that we are pressed for time and we need to go. Just in 30 seconds, I'll go back to you, Dr. Abubakar. What are your final thoughts on this? Your comment? What in specifics would you want the Nigerian government to do, so that at the end of the day, this strike is called off and Dr. Ganiyat is delivered safely to a family? 30 seconds.
Okay, thank you for having me once again. Our prayer is the federal government. Let me start by appreciating the presidency. We've seen the reshuffle in the cabinet so far in terms of security. The DSS and the DI that was reshuffled. We appreciate the president for that, and we hope that will bring change in terms of security of the nation. We hope the presidency and all other security stakeholders involved to try the best they could and rescue our kidnapped colleague, Dr. Ganiyat Popoola. We wish to see her reunited with us soonest. Lastly, we hope the federal government to put all the necessary strategic plans to protect all Nigerian health workers, not only doctors. People are leaving the country en masse. The ones that sacrifice to stay and serve the nation should have their life protected, their properties protected. With this, hopefully people will still want to stay. But if things are to be going this way, I bet you most of us will leave the country.
All right. Let me quickly take Dr. Omotoyinbo's final thoughts.
Yes, thank you very much for the time so far. Yes, it is my final thought will be that we appreciate the efforts of the president and also the security agencies in making sure the release of our colleagues, and also keeping in mind that previously there was also release of the medical student after 25 days, the kidnappers then. So efforts should also be intensified, and the populace should not see us as wicked people. We are fighting for the collective benefits of everybody, and because if it happens to doctors, it's also possible to happen to anybody, even outside the medical profession. So hands must be on deck. We must prevail on the federal government and all the security agencies to make a safe environment for us, keeping in mind that the most important aim of any government is to secure, the first responsibility of any government is to secure the life and properties of its citizens. I want to feel safe and feel confident that we are safe in our country. Thank you.
All right. Dr. Abubakar and Dr. Omotoyinbo, gentlemen, thank you for your time.